18 degrees above the equator is that sweet spot of the Atlantic Ocean at the Caribbean, the island of Puerto Rico, combining over 3,000 miles of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean, a large tropical rainforest, a cave system millions of years old, mountains, and a dry forest filled with cactus. With its progressive economy and modern charm and warm people, Puerto Rico embraces all visitors. Known as the Fortress City, Puerto Rico can look like a small island, but certainly is big in beauty, culture, tradition, and flavor, thanks to the 3,950 million people that inhabit it. Reasons why the island of Enchantment is considered for many people as one of the most amazing secret spots of paradise in all the Caribbean. Even though Puerto Rico is a country with hundreds of years of history, it has been transformed into the Caribbean capital of the economy and the arts, making it clear that not only is it the land that makes it so special, but also its citizens. Ever since Christopher Columbus discovered the island on November 19, 1493, this wonderful piece of paradise has slowly transformed into the home of some of the most amazing places that contribute to making America a main attraction for tourists all over the world. Originally called San Juan Bautista Island in honor of the saint and the principal town Puerto Rico for obvious golden reasons, it took just a couple of years until the two names were switched, thanks to the ambitious thinking of Juan Ponce de Leon, the first governor of the island. With a distinctive, almost rectangular shape, Puerto Rico was the original home of the Taíno Indians, who named the territory Borica, which means Land of the Great Lord. These Indians were the natives that inhabited the largest part of the island before the Spaniards arrived and forced them into slavery. The rich Puerto Rican culture is a result of the combination of the Taíno Indians, Africans, Spaniards, and others, and are the reasons why being Boricua means more than just to be born in Puerto Rico. It acknowledges the connection to some of the most legendary cultures of the world. Beautiful colonial buildings and imposing structures create a wonderful equilibrium between the military needs and the gorgeous architecture of the time that give to our eyes extraordinary examples of magnificence, with monuments testifying to the history, such as the fortress of San Felipe del Morro, San Jeronimo and San Cristobal, the Caparra village, and the Santa Catalina Palace, now known as La Fortaleza, the place where the governor lives, all located in San Juan. Originally designed like a military fortress, the 465-year-old city is now a peaceful residential and commercial district with historic streets, restaurants, and mythical zones that are venues for a variety of parties, traditions, and more. A great number of monuments scattered throughout the island form an unfinished trail for the tourist who otherwise would rather make a quick trip from one corner of the island to the other in less than 4 hours. With unforgettable beaches such as Ocean Park in the Condado, Rincon in Puerto del Sol, Seven Seas in Luquillo, and Isla Verde in Carolina, where the climate is as close to perfect as possible, reaching 85 degrees Fahrenheit. No one can resist the charm of this Boricua territory, a Latin paradise surrounded by the warm ocean, soft white sands, and bright shining sun that create an eternal summer oasis. Puerto Rico is the home of the famous tiny coqui, its name derived from his cricket-like coqui chirp, a little creature that is considered to be the national mascot. The west is known as Puerto del Sol, an ideal surfing destination that straddles the rough Atlantic Ocean and the gentle Caribbean Sea, with its 6 beaches: Crash Boat Aguadilla, Balneario Tres Hermanos in Añasco, Balneario de Boquerón and El Combate Beach in Cabo Rojo, Balneario de Caña Gorda in Guanica, and Steps Rincon surfing beaches, providing the best of both worlds. It was also the site of the World Surfing Championships in 1968, and since then known as the surfing capital of the Caribbean, celebrated this year in January at the beautiful beaches of Rincon. The unusual geography of the island, as it encompasses a rugged mountain range that runs across the center from east to west, often prevents rain clouds from passing to the Puerto Caribe to the south. The north side is covered by dense vegetation, rock formations, and rushing streams, while the south side, Puerto Caribe, is sun-kissed terrain, home to tropical dry forests and many species of exotic animals. With 7 small islands under its jurisdiction, tourists have different options when it comes to their visit. Vieques, Culebra, Palominos, Palominitos, Caja de Muerto, Icacos, and Isla de Monas, all of them with an infinite world of possibilities, natural attractions, and a paradise hideaway to enjoy their stay. In 1898, Puerto Rico became a possession of the United States as the result of the Treaty of Paris, which ended the Spanish-American War. It is the reason why the official currency of the island is the dollar. There are 78 municipalities where the official languages are Spanish and English. Puerto Rico has been responsible for 2 of the most famous contributions in the world of music, the salsa and reggaeton. It is also famous for being one of the biggest cargo ports and the cradle of several of the most delicious and unforgettable foods that the world has to offer. There are more than enough reasons why Puerto Rico has been considered one of the most historic sites with World Heritage in America and known as the Pearl of the Atlantic Ocean. When we return, prepare to enjoy the magic of the most famous part of Puerto Rico, the North Corner, and all the magnificent attractions of the beautiful capital, San Juan. Dare to continue with us, exploring beyond the shore. And later, for those in search of entertainment, the best events and recommendations in our exclusive guide, The Hot Topics.